there, it's Elise Kopp, your realtor here in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me here on my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here, welcome back. I appreciate you being here. For today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about a question I get from clients all the time, and that is about Henderson. I oftentimes get the question, how does Henderson compare to Summerlin? So for today's video, I wanted to just give you a really good overview on every single one of our 55 plus communities in the Henderson area. Now, if you are interested in Summerlin and you want to know how Summerlin and Henderson compare, I will leave a video I made down in the description box below. Or if you'd like to learn about every single 55 plus community we have in Summerlin, I also made a video about that and I will link that video down below as well. But for the sake of today's video, we're going to be talking about Henderson. I'm going to really do brief overview on each of the communities in the Henderson area. So if you would like to learn more about each of those communities, there's a possibility I've already filmed a video on each of the communities we talked about. If not, I will leave my phone number here on the screen. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have and would love to learn a little bit more about your story to see if one of our Henderson communities may be the right fit for you. And if it's not, I do want you to know I am a Vegas native, born and raised here. We've got nearly 30 different communities all over the greater Vegas area. So I'd love to see if one of our other communities might be the right fit for you. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, I would so appreciate it if you could leave a thumbs up on today's video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out tremendously in making these videos for you, and your support means the world to me. Now that we got all that good stuff out of the way, let's talk a little bit about Henderson and each of our 55 plus communities in the Henderson area. The first 55 plus community we're going to talk about is the largest in the Henderson area, and that is City Anthem. Now, if you're not familiar with City Anthem is made up of just over 7,100 single-family detached homes and single-level villas, and the community was built by Webb. Now, City Anthem was built between 1998 to 2008, so it was over that 10-year span. They've got a total of 3 different clubhouses. You get access to all 3 if you do live in the community, not just the one that's closest to you. You have 2 golf courses, and this is a golf cart friendly community. Now, City Anthem is an open concept community for the most part. They do have one village called Pinnacle Village that is gated, but Pinnacle Village is made up of less than 100 homes in City Anthem. So just keep in mind this is an open concept community. They do have patrolling within City Anthem, so definitely something to keep in mind. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about City Anthem, I will link a video that I recently filmed talking about the community, everything you need to know, HOA information, floor plans, all that good stuff. So feel free to take a look at that down in the description box below. And let's talk about the next community. The second community in the Henderson area that we're going to be talking about is Sun City McDonald Ranch. Now, Sun City McDonald Ranch, like City Anthem, is built by Webb. The community was built between 1996 and 2001. Now, Sun City McDonald Ranch is a much smaller community than City Anthem, but it is still considered a large-scale 55-plus community. They've got just over 2,500 single-family detached homes and single-level townhomes. You do have 1 clubhouse, 1 golf course, and this is also a golf cart-friendly community. Sun City McDonald Ranch, like City Anthem, is also an open concept community, so definitely something to keep in mind if you're exploring this community. The third community we're going to be talking about is Solera at Anthem. Now, Solera at Anthem is actually right next to City Anthem. Depending on which direction you go in, you actually need to drive through part of City Anthem to get to Solera. But Solera is essentially a smaller scale 55 plus community than City Anthem. It's located in the same area, so you're minutes away from shopping, restaurants, medical, grocery stores, all that good stuff. And Solera at Anthem was also built by Webb. Now, the community was built between 2003 to 2008. They've got just over 1,800 single-family detached homes. You have 1 clubhouse, and this is an open concept community. So if you really like the idea of a Sun City Anthem, or you love the area but don't necessarily need all the amenities that come with living in Sun City Anthem, Solera is definitely a community to consider, and they've got one of the most reasonable HOA fees in the entire valley. The fourth community we're going to be talking about is Corda Ranch. Now, Corda Ranch is actually our smallest 55 plus community in the valley. They've got a total of 73 single family detached homes. Now, D.R. Horton was the builder of this community, and they built their homes from 2017 to 2019. Corda Ranch is gated, so definitely something to keep in mind. So if you're looking for a smaller, more intimate 55 plus community, definitely something to consider. Also filmed a video on Corda Ranch, so if you're interested in learning more about the community, please feel free to check out that video. And then something else to mention, Corda Ranch does have one clubhouse, so definitely something to keep in mind. You have a pool and a fitness center, so very small, but packs a big punch, especially for a smaller, more intimate 55 plus community. The fifth community we're going to be talking about is a condominium community next to Sun City Anthem, but not part of Sun City Anthem, and that is Terabella. Now, Terabella is made up of 164 condominium style homes. The community was built in two phases. They started out in the early to mid 2000s, back in 2007, and then the project got shut down. Lennar ended up taking over, and construction finished in 2022. There is one clubhouse with a pool and a fitness center. So if you do like the idea of condominium living and you want a lock and leave lifestyle, Terabella is definitely something to keep in mind. Terabella is gated as well, so if safety and security is important to you, definitely something to consider. The sixth community we're going to be talking about is Heritage at Cadence. Now, Heritage at Cadence is located in the northeast portion of Henderson, about 20-25 minutes from the other communities we just talked about in that southwestern portion, Anthem, Green Valley area. So keep that in mind as we talk about this community. But the community we're going to be talking about is Heritage at Cadence. Now, Heritage at Cadence was built by Lennar Homes. It was built from 2015 to 2023, so they just recently closed out the community. You are in a guard-gated community in Heritage at Cadence, and you do have one fantastic clubhouse with an indoor and outdoor pool, fitness center, billiards. If activities and amenities are important to you, I highly recommend exploring Heritage at Cadence, just because they do have just shy of 1,000 homes in the community. But when you compare it to some of our larger scale 55 plus communities like a Sun City Anthem or Sun City McDonald Ranch, given the size of Heritage at Cadence, they pack a really big punch in terms of amenities and activities. One of the other neat things about Heritage at Cadence is that they do offer RV garages. So for my clients, folks that do have RVs, that is definitely something to keep in mind with this community. And the seventh and final community I'm going to be sharing with you today is Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. Now, I have shared a couple of videos on Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas, one taking you through the models and showing you everything that Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas has to offer, and the other talking about the pros and cons. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about this community, more than what I share in this video, please feel free to check that out in the description box below. But for the sake of today's video, Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas is also located in the northeastern portion of the Henderson area. You are situated in Lake Las Vegas, and in Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas, you have just over 800 homes in the community. They are all going to be single level, single family homes. You do have one clubhouse, and Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas started construction back in 2019, and they are still building to this day. They have probably about another 2 to 3 years to go, and it is a gated community with a call box system. So if safety and security is important to you, again, something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind about Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas is the fact that if views are important to you, whether it's of the water or of mountains, this is a great spot to get a great view. Or if it's not about the view and you just want to be part of a resort retreat-like lifestyle, Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas has it all. Definitely a great community to consider if that's important to you. So that covers the 7 different 55 plus communities we currently have in the Henderson area. If you find yourself interested in one of the communities I talked about, I'll leave my phone number here on the screen. Be happy to answer any questions you have or potentially get you in to see any of these communities in person. And as I mentioned, if the Henderson area is just not for you, I do service the greater Vegas Valley, so Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, would be happy to show you around all the different pockets of the valley to see if our area is the right fit for you. With all that being said, thank you so much for taking the time to watch today's video, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.